Donald Trump's plane versus the US presidential plane? Who wins? Two icons of the sky, a roar that can cause your chest to vibrate. You are situated at the airport observing a gigantic Boeing 777 taxi to the runway. Two enormous motors, each of which is larger than a bus, are suspended beneath its two wings. They radiate a futuristic radiance in the sunlight, reminiscent of turbines from a science fiction film. A profound, thunderous roar reverberates across the tarmac, reverberating through the terminal glass and into your chest as the pilot accelerates them. These vehicles are not merely substantial. They are engineering behemoths, consuming an impressive amount of air each second to fill an entire home and producing enough thrust to propel hundreds of tons into the air. However, the genuine inquiry is, why are they so enormous? Certainly, larger engines appear to be more potent. However, there is a significant amount more to it than mere brute force. There is a delicate equilibrium between the relentless pursuit of safety and performance, efficiency, and physics that determines their dimensions. Today, we will delve into the complex science that has transformed airplane engines into the giants they are, and the reasons why modern aviation has propelled them to such staggering heights. The development of engine size, from tiny jets to titanic turbofans. The size of jet motors was not always this substantial. In reality, the engines of the Boeing 707 in the late 1950s were slender, narrow, and noisy enough to rattle windows for miles. This was the case for engines such as the Pratt & Whitney JT3C. They emitted thick black smoke, produced less thrust for their size, and consumed a significant amount of fuel. The initial turbojets operated by ejecting high-speed exhaust from the rear to propel the aircraft forward. They did not require large fan blades, as they relied on velocity rather than volume. However, they encountered a significant issue. They were exceedingly inefficient at subsonic velocities. The turbofan revolution of the 1970s and beyond is now at hand. The engineers realized that they could significantly increase efficiency by circumventing a greater amount of air around the engine core, rather than directing it through the combustion chamber. The engine became more fuel efficient and quieter as the bypass ratio increased, which is the ratio of air flowing around the core to through it. What is the catch? The competition for larger and more powerful engines commenced as a result of the necessity for larger front fans to extract a greater volume of air in order to achieve higher bypass ratios. Bypass ratios have increased from 1:1 in early aircraft to over 12:1 in the most recent models, such as the GE9X, the largest turbofan engine ever constructed over the decades. The science of size, why more is better. The straightforward truth is that the amount of air that is moved is directly proportional to the amount of propulsion that is generated. Consider a jet engine as a massive oxygen pump. The greater the fan size, the greater the amount of air it can circulate, and the greater the thrust it can generate at reduced fuel combustion rates. However, the advantages extend beyond mere physical power. Fuel efficiency to the efficiency of moving more air at a slower speed is remarkably higher than that of moving less air at a high speed, as larger fans are used. This is the reason why the engines of a contemporary Boeing 787 Dreamliner are nearly twice the diameter of those of a 707, yet they consume significantly less petroleum per passenger. Pollution reduction to high bypass turbofans mitigate pollution by combining bypass air with exhaust gases, thereby dampening the sound. That is the reason why the deafening roars of launch that were heard in the 1970s are no longer in evidence. Lift and range. The capacity to lift heavier payloads and travel longer distances without refueling is enhanced by larger engines, which generate more thrust. Reliability. Contemporary large engines are constructed with a significantly lower number of moving elements than one would anticipate. The blades of each fan are meticulously crafted, occasionally utilizing composite materials such as carbon fiber to reduce weight without compromising strength. Furthermore, the Rolls-Royce Trent XWB, a contemporary giant turbofan, is capable of generating up to 97,000 pounds of thrust, which is sufficient to propel a fully laden 747 down the runway with a single engine. The engineering wonders of the sky, the giants of today. Currently, the Boeing 777X is equipped with the General Electric GE9X, the world's largest and most powerful commercial aircraft engine. It is so expansive that it would be possible to position a 737's fuselage within its fan diameter and still have ample space. Its front fan is 11 feet in diameter and generates an astonishing 110,000 pounds of thrust when operating at maximum capacity. However, girth alone does not provide a comprehensive account. These engines are exceptional examples of computer-aided design, material science, and aerodynamics. Here is the reason they are so remarkable. Surfboard-sized fan blades. Each fan blade is nearly 4 feet in length and is designed to cut through the air with minimal drag. They are capable of withstanding bird attacks and hail at speeds exceeding 500 miles per hour, as they are constructed from sophisticated carbon composites. Hotter than lava temperatures, the combustion chamber operates at temperatures exceeding 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit, which exceeds the melting point of numerous metals. Engineers employ nickel-based superalloys and complex cooling channels within the turbine blades to address this issue. Tolerances of precision. Each component is counterbalanced to within 1/1000th of an inch. The fan blade tips are rotating at nearly the speed of sound, just inches from the engine casing, when the engine is operating at maximum throttle. The trade-offs, why more is not always better. If larger engines are so incredible, why not increase their size even further? Physics, like practicality, has its boundaries. Weight larger fans necessitate heavier engines, which necessitate wings that are both sturdier and heavier in order to support them. The efficiency benefits are eventually canceled out by the weight. Ground clearance. However, they are also investigating novel ideas to maintain engine efficiency while preventing them from becoming unmanageable. Some potential options are as follows. Open rotor designs. The engine casing is completely removed, revealing massive propeller-like blades. Tests indicate that they have the potential to enhance efficacy by 20 to 30%. However, there are still concerns regarding safety and noise. Geared turbofans are designed to operate at the most efficient speed by incorporating a transmission between the turbine and the fan. Pratt & Whitney's PW1000G has already demonstrated that this is feasible. Hybrid and electric propulsion. While electric motors do not require combustion chambers, the energy density of batteries remains a significant constraint for large aircraft. Ultralight materials to the potential for larger fans to be produced without introducing an excessive amount of weight is being explored through the development of composites and titanium alloys. A concluding thought. Size is not just for display. The next time you approach a large aircraft and observe the engines that tower over you, keep in mind that they are not merely oversized power plants. They are meticulously designed compromises that effectively balance cost, safety, efficiency, and power, enabling hundreds of individuals to travel thousands of miles safely and cost-effectively. Indeed, they appear to be quite intimidating. Indeed, they produce a sound reminiscent of controlled thunder when they accelerate. However, modern aviation as we know it would not exist without their girth. These titans are not merely large for the sake of being large. They are large because it is necessary to control the sky. Do you appreciate this comprehensive examination of aviation engineering? Please click the subscribe icon, like, and share this content with your fellow airplane enthusiasts. We are not only able to fly, but we also comprehend the science that enables us to remain in the air. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. We'd love to hear from you.